Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zaha, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Uh, so recently, I have found out reading this article. I checked before, but I couldn't find Allama Tabatabai's explanation. What the person, atheist, has stated in this. I just had to click the button continue here when they said here, click here for the, uh, sorry, which this is the article. I think it's, was it atheist hypocrisy of child abuse? This article of so it's taken me to, so if I go back, yeah, here, click here. So I read Allama Tabatabai's Mizan on Surah 4 ayat 24, and it's right. I found it there. It has been narrated in traditions. This on this. No, just to be just like Sunni fiqh and Shia fiqh too, if a Muslim owner, if a Muslim owner gets lust for the slave wife, so adultery, and I was told by my father that adultery destroys communities, societies, not only family members. When the wife or the man does adultery, that's why Surah 4 ayat 25. If you have fear of lust and you can't control yourself, you can have get married to these fatayatakum or what, use them. So all lies, like you can't. Shias should not be pleading ignorance for this, not knowing about their religion, because the ones who know and are saying it out loud, and before, like we could have been, our marjas would have given the punishment, like in Iran maybe, or anywhere else. Our Awqaf, our organization, Shia organization, wherever the office is of our marjas, they could have given us a punishment. So, and I'm going to build a case. There's someone I'm waiting for to come and fix something. So they may be coming. So I'll abruptly finish this and come later, right? If they come. Sorry about that. So the Shia, and now even coming on that, they don't know about on the live stream against me, telling me why do I keep the Sahara name when I'm an ex-Shia, and that's not the time, that's not the place also, and they don't know. They're very negligent. They don't know anything about nervous shock, but Surah Dhuha ayat, help, charitable, help the weak. So I'm going to build my case. This is nowhere unacceptable. This is nowhere acceptable, right? Maybe appeal to human rights or something. If the Shias don't see this, this cannot be acceptable. This is without the consent, because she's a slave woman, married, but a slave woman. And so I think without the consent, the Muslim owner, if he gets lust for a slave wife of another male slaver, then it is permissible for him to separate her from him, from her own husband, slave husband, like this, of this owner, Muslim owner, and blame. Oh goodness, sorry, I'm panic attack, panic struck. So yeah, my performance will be low again and again. I have to say this, and after she becomes free of her first period, okay, she idda, and there's no consent. Of course, slave girls don't have any consent. This is rape. This is adultery of a slave wife of another slave male. without consent. What a sick religion this is. And okay, you remain, the person was saying, Jin Carter, was proud to remain a Shia, remain. And another thing is on Umar, so you don't, I mean, this is outrageous. Allama Tabatabai remained a Shia after knowing this? Well, this is outrageous. Adultery and rape, right? And giving us lies. And then when we say something, even make a mistake, they wouldn't allow, they would get disgusted and go away. Like, you're not an alim or you're not an imam. What is this, right? These people, they don't understand nervous shock, someone's not well. And blaming Umar bin Khattab for the, niqab and all this, when Bibi Fatma Zahra was completely covered. So please don't blame Umar bin Khattab on this now. Or maybe seeing that hadith that the slave girl's breasts were jingling. Oh, that's Umar bin Khattab. He just... So Shias blaming Umar bin Khattab, 12 are Shias? I don't know about the Ismailis. Yeah, so what, lies and all this? This is unacceptable. And if you can't see it, any Shia, you can't see it. I'm going to appeal to the international human rights, all those. Like, I've appealed for international healers because I couldn't heal myself and can't even remain at patient peaceful. Ex-Shia was coming, go to the hospital, take medicine. And also these Shias, they have a way of telling people what to do, ordering others about their lives and not themselves. Like Pakistan, some person said Pakistani at Candy Lubna, we Pakistanis are good at giving advices to others. Lots of advices, like just, that's even not considered normal. So you see, like what was I saying? And I was like, no, I'm not the one who says this. Stop it, stop doing. No, what I would say is that, look, I wouldn't tell you Shias to stop blaming Umar for the niqab and introducing this niqabic hijab. But I would say it that I would say it in a other way, but there's something possessed me is putting words in my mouth, compelling me. And some things like I thought, I'm not allowed to say here, or because of my health, I will be like I was telling an ex-friend, like I don't want to meet this friend because then I don't want to tell her about, I don't want to involve third party about my principal and all that. So it's but when I meet her, because in year 2000, like before I was very private about my principal, I became very uh, the Mistisa thing I was talking, I miss her and all this with my friends over the phone. That's after the separation. But my friend would call me, and my mother would not know what my friend is telling me. And when her friends come to her, I would not know what they've told my mother. We were not like openly telling people what our friends, going to another friend and saying this friend said this. No, we kept whatever, whether we agreed to it or not agreed to it. 1986, 88 till 89, not till 1980, 89, 1990, Yeah, like that. I would in 1991, I think. Then, due to chronic fatigue weakness, I think, otherwise, I wouldn't complain that this friend has done this or to another friend. Not that I remember. This was my etiquettes. I learned from my mother. Maybe the environment does play a important role. And sometimes there's some wrong things which are our conditioning, and we think this is right. This is absolutely, and like for example, this Tafsir al-Mizan of Allama Tabatabai. So you may think this is normal, but look at the contradictions in Shias. Okay, on one hand, they say that adultery destroys not only this, and then you have adultery, and you also have rape because the slave wife of another male slaver doesn't give consent. There's nothing saying here. Then what is also narrated? This okay, it's really shocked. It gets my so I need the expert, also some help, support, some a lot of things going on. So um, hypocrisy of child. See the Guardian. Some thanks to this lady, she's got a Muslim name. Um, they're Shaista Goher. There are Muslims, the ex-Muslims, who can't even tell their parents or the parent. They can't tell their children because children can, in honor killing a brother, can kill or hurt his sister, things like that. They don't change names. What about that? How much you have put them? So now I was going to read this in my previous live stream. I couldn't get to this because I was looking at Allama Tabatabai's Mizan. I found that there. What this atheist versus this had stated in his on his website. The hypocrisy of child abuse in many Muslim countries. Shaista Goher. Child marriage and peder- pederasty are tolerated in Muslim societies where homosexuality is strictly condemned. Saturday, 24th April 2010. Some Muslims are fond of condemning Western morality, alcoholism, nudity, premarital sex, and homosexuality, often being cited as examples. That's true, I've heard that. But Muslims do not have a monopoly on morality. In the West, child marriages and sex with children are illegal. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for many Muslim countries. I recently saw the documentary on the dancing boys of Afghanistan. It exposed an ancient custom called bachabazi, boy for play, where rich men buy boys as young as 11 from impoverished families for sexual slavery. The boys are dressed in women's clothes and made to dance and sing at parties before being carted away by the men for sex. Owning boys is considered a symbol of status, and one former warlord boasted of having up to 3,000 boys over a 20-year period, even though he was married with the two sons. The involvement of the police and inaction of the government means this form of of course, child prostitution is widespread. And so, Surah 24, Ayah 33, prostitution of slave girls is allowed in Islam if the consent of the fatayatakum is there, if they wish to be prostituted. So taking from Allama Tabatabai, of course, all this should be allowed. And the Shia, on one hand, the commentary, no prostitution. condemns prostitution in Islam, saying it's haram, not allowed. The moral hypocrisy is outrageous in a country where homosexuality is not only strictly forbidden, but savagely punished, even between two consenting adults. However, men who sodomize young boys are not considered homosexuals or pedophiles. The love of young boys is not a phenomenon restricted to Afghanistan. Homosexual pederasty is common in neighboring Pakistan too. In my view, a repression of sexuality and extreme danger apartheid is to blame. Extreme gender apartheid is to blame. I apologize if I can't read properly, Alzheimer, but I had to come here. Then, and in the Middle East, it's young girls who are considered desirable, and men are able to satisfy their lusts. This should end. So I wasn't, against the Muslim like this. She's appealing to the West, and the West is international. West, Singapore, Far East. I'm appealing to your human rights, human humanity. But it seems that what is this? So many, you would say, oh, this is not in our religion, but of course she's mentioned it for some reason. Not that it's in your religion, but look at the hypocrisy, right? And in the Middle East, it's young girls who are considered child marriages. Can't read this, sorry. In Yemen, okay, I'm not feeling well. Can't go this far. I can't read. Oh, uh, I'm going to just, you can read this. Nervous joke, I can't read this. In the Ismailis, I read what I was told in Shia Islam, not supposed to hurt the feelings of people. Feelings, right? Then when so I thought, when as a Shia, I was like, how could a father marry and not prepare his children? I read this story like his wife died, and how even the caretaker, he was very careful and he found one brilliant caretaker. She was not willing. This was kind of my thing, my belief in this. But where's that story? And this church abuse scandal I've shared on Facebook. Sorry, it's very devastating, shocking. Where's the story? Okay, I'm so bad at searching like this. It's really terrible. I have to get used to these things. I regret my boob job, trans, Grace Highland. Okay. Um, where's the story? Yeah, I can't see. I can't see. Oh, so these things, terrorists or freedom fighting. And if Shias, who would you say you are? Can't find that story. Where is it? He hires a caretaker. So, the lady caretaker, even very careful. So, I can't talk about this. I'm not. Look, more powerful than no contact, what truly devastates a narcissist. Um, what this guy who comes here knows I'm a Shia and thus following me, thus following YouTube on the live stream. I'm not able to talk properly. Where's that story? The man who a rich, very rich man who hired a maid. Can't find it. Oh my goodness, what is this? I can't see it. Sorry, I can't see it. It's high time to return to sender these malicious, really maddening. Haven't been able to watch Diary of a Common Man. Professor Parapia, son of boycotted Murid. Um, haven't you- God is a universalist. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Secrets narrated. Millionaire hires a nanny for his sick son. Some like this is ideal. Installs cameras and discovers. I think I'm being attacked, and so there's someone who doesn't know my kind of English accent because that has possessed me. So they've possessed me. So it's like the Pakistani or Indian English. Millionaire hires a nanny for his sick son, installs cameras, and discovers something shocking. So you marry you come for a man who is married but lost his wife in an accident, and he's got a child, and what care and what how this lady, I can't believe this wonderful story. So I would learn from the story and want to be like her, that we bring the wife and we include the previous wife. And she was so careful that she doesn't hurt in any way the child, the wife, previous wife who died in an accident. Is it my place here, or rights? Like wherever I go, it doesn't mean if I get married to a married man. Oh my God, would that previous wife be happy? What conscientiousness. I would want to be like her. So this, not be like, oh, you're always thinking of your previous wife. So, anyways, so what was I on this point saying? Uh, this I can't read. The Dawn. Okay, yeah, I heard about this 12-year, but I can't read. I share things, but reading out loud, I don't have the energy right now. I have to take care of my health. Okay, skip all this. So, why is the practice of child marriage sanctioned? Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to act funny. Putting her age of marriage at 19 suggests Aisha was much older. Yeah, this also, huh? So they're trying to change. Oh, this, yeah. So why is the practice of they allege Aisha was 9 years old when the Prophet married her? Excuse me. But they focus conveniently on selected Islamic texts to support their opinions, while ignoring vast number of other texts and historical information, which suggests Aisha was much older. Putting her age of marriage at 19. Yes, child marriage is against Islam as the Quran is clear that intellectual maturity, child marriage is against Islam. No, I disagree with this. There are contradictions and problems in the Quran. Child marriage is against Islam as the Quran is clear. Quran is not clear about that. Quran has contradictions. Surah Nisa ayat 4 or 6 when they reach marriageable age, but Surah Divorce ayat 4 contradicts, both these ayats contradict each other. The child marriage, Quran is not against child marriage. Quran doesn't know what it's talking about, as suggested by these clerics. Oh, sorry, I didn't read. Child marriage is against Islam, as the Quran is clear that intellectual maturity is the basis for deciding age of marriage. No, no. Age of sex, having sexual, and not puberty, as suggested by these clerics. Yeah. Deciding age of marriage. No, no. So, whatever one's view on the Prophet's marriage, no faith can claim moral superiority since child marriages have been practiced. And now rape. Also, please, I find the false adherence to Islamic principles and the holier than thou attitude, yes, of some Muslim societies, similar to the blatant hypocrisy and double standards of the 19th century Victorian Britain, where the outward appearance of dignity and prudishness camouflaged an extreme prevalence of sexual and moral depravity behind closed doors. In those days, too, there were many men willing to pay to have sex with children. Ooh, sorry, I can't read this. If I read this, I'll go more a similar shift in social attitudes in traditional Muslim societies. Having boy sex slaves or child brides should not be seen as badges of honor. Instead, Muslims need to do more to attach shame to such practices. I fail to understand why Muslims are so vocal on abuses by the West in Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo, Iraq, and Afghanistan, but display moral blindness when it comes to children. It's about time the silence was broken so these violations of innocence can be stopped. Sorry, I didn't pronounce Guantanamo. I can't pronounce it. Right now, I'm just not in my, but I have to, I'm good. I have to do this. A too passive attitude in dealing with child abuse has rubbed off on Muslim communities in Britain too. I've heard many stories at first hand of child sexual abuse and rape, which, shoot, oh my, yeah, which showed that the issue is not being addressed at all. Those who have had the courage to speak out have been met with reactions of denial and shame, like Lubna threatening her. Lubna, the Candid with Lubna, sorry, Lubna. Uh, uh, Sorry, I'm not able to speak properly, but broken English and Urdu, if I. Such attitudes mean that children will continue to suffer in silence. Oh, our religion doesn't hurt anyone's feelings. Says this. Shia Islam. Ismailis. I read recently from on a Ismaili channel or a Facebook quote. "Ugh, this is greatly shocking. If you see something wrong, you should correct it with your hand." Who said this? Oh, mm. Oh, he was a full of contradictory person, Muhammad. Right? Yeah, on one hand, if you see something wrong, you should correct it with your hand. And if you are unable to, then speak out against it. And if you cannot do it, ah, you rapist, Muhammad, wrong in your head. Sorry. Ah, so this is the, sorry, I'm reacting very badly because panic struck. I wonder how then Muslims can remain, this religion. What Mossab Hassan, really, I respect that man too, a gentleman. Ah, so you've this case of my, also my case, nervous shock, religious, also this religious thing, nervous shock. What are the damages? This is damages in law. No, no, it can make a lie. So what do you say about adultery, psychiatric injury, or psychological harm? That legal terms, nervous shock refers to a psychiatric. You might suffer after experiencing or witnessing a traumatic, yes, reading about it. What I was told and what I've read and found about the Quran also. You see, mere grief or anxiety, okay, it goes beyond, okay, and we can't control ourselves. It's gone. Of course, my thing. You know what is distance mind control attacks, psychic attacks. Then some people say she's bringing out so much negativity, like the moon, autumn moon. So someone triggers or attacks, like Jin Cartel this time. There was no need for Jin Cartel to ask me personal questions on Beyond and Healing channel and tell me things, what to do and what not to do, about my name even. Come on my live stream. But these cowards, they won't come here. Or they come as Christian names, pretending to be Christians or pretending to be Hindu, Indian, Hindus. Yeah, giving a bad name to them, protecting their Shia Islam identity. Oh God, okay. It's 9. Someone's supposed to come and fix something. It's very urgent. So pretend. And another thing, sorry, I need to take a break. So after a break, I'll come back. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please help, support, cooperate, change this, ban this religion.